How's it going, everyone? It's Nick Atkin here with Kyle Diamond for the One on SK MMA podcast Wednesday edition. Sportskeeda in the house. What's up, Kyle? Been a while since we actually did one of these together. I think before I went to Japan. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's been a busy few weeks. I've enjoyed some of the shows that I haven't been on anyway, but you've had some great guests and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been busy.
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of went solo last Wednesday with Frank just because I wanted to do that show for a long time. But I thought if we have two of us on there, it may kind of interrupt the flow. I just wanted to have a one-on-one chat and get Frank to really open up his personality to people. So I
Yeah,
thought
it was great.
two
I
two
really enjoyed it
people.
anyway.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? But today is more of a news show, so I thought why not get Kyle back in if he's up to do it. And you answered the bat signal when I put it up. You came running. I'm still sick as well, so I also need someone else to talk. I think that's the real reason I got you in, huh?
That's fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm kidding. I want you. I think we're a dynamite duo, and we're gonna discuss all the latest news. We'll have Adriano Moraes coming in half an hour. So the original show was going to be at 9:30, half an hour earlier, because Adriano needed that time, and then he changed his mind. So I put it back to the normal time, Carl. That suits you, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it works for me. I mean, I still have, it kind of breaks up my working day a little bit as 3 p.m. here in the UK, so I get a little break before coming back to finish off what I need to do. So yeah, works out for me.
Well, we're going to keep it to 1 hour today, just because my voice is dying. Yes, so I went away to Japan, and then I seem to have never recovered, Kyle. My voice, it just blew up the day I came back from Japan, and in fight week, it was giving up on me during the interviews. I thought it recovered, but it's come back. So 1 hour only today, and then I'll try and rest it up for another week or so. I got my green tea, Kyle. Have you got a warm beverage over there?
No, it's really warm today in the
Oh
UK,
yeah,
so I can't be doing that. This room is like a sauna at points, so it would yeah, that
oh,
would not
really?
be a good idea.
I didn't know it was so hot. What is it? Heat wave time or what?
Uh, not really. Last week it was pretty horrible. So it's in that weird point of summer where we're kind of transitioning to
Oh, okay.
regular nice weather. At the moment, it's still quite hit or miss. Depends on which day it is.
Well, it says 26 degrees on Sunday for you boys. Okay, it's positively balmy. Yeah, I love it when it's 26 here. That means it's cold. It's pretty. Yeah, today was I think 26 here. I love it. Normally in June, July, it starts hitting 35, something crazy. It's 28 right now, so I'm very happy with that as it goes for June. Normally I'm sweating my balls off, but anyway, we're here to talk about some news. What's up in the chat? Fizz, how's it going? Ego Kind, how's it going? CFR Network, good to see you. Louie, what's up? Family S, greetings, gents. Oh, 169 is out. What is it? What? Malakin versus Rug in the main event. Okay, Tawan Chai versus Nata with co-main. Oh, great. They just dropped that, did they? Brilliant. Um, yeah, I think Damon Martin was gonna do that. Is that right? Someone check for me, please.
Yeah,
MMA
I've literally
fighting.
just found it on
Okay.
Sports Illustrated, but yeah.
So it is 169. It is not 170. Oh, I guess we're going to talk about that then. I was going to start with the Chatri record revenue stuff, but why don't we do this? All right, Kyle, I'm going to put the article on screen, and I'm going to get you to react to it. Anatoly Malakin defends heavyweight title against Rug in 169 main event, Atlanta, November 8. I had previously reported sort of reported this. Rug also put it out on socials, and I had heard it was in the works. I put that on my socials. Has been confirmed. And I think the other thing here is, yes, this show is now 169, which, yeah, what's going on with that Tokyo show? Who knows? There was supposed to be a Japan show in between Denver and Atlanta. Tawanshai against Joe is the co-main event. All right, Kyle, give us your reactions to this big news.
I think given the circumstances with the Denver card, it made a lot of sense to have Malakin headline the Atlanta card. So I'm not super surprised for that, and I think that just Malakin alone, but also Rug will definitely get people talking over in the US. So I feel like that is of all the fights they could book, especially MMA for a US card, I think that would be pretty high up on the ones that will kind of attract the most attention. So I'm into that fight. Makes a lot of sense. And the co-main event, I'm surprised to see that booked now. I wonder what this means for the kickboxing Grand Prix, whether either of them will feature in it, because you would imagine that that would happen later this year, hopefully. So I don't know what it means for that, but I think that a trilogy fight between them makes a lot of sense. I think it probably could have been on here or any card really, but I know that Joe was pushing to fight in the US, so it's a cool spot for him. And you know, if you are going to bring any Muay Thai strikers over to kind of impress the US fans and get them potentially into it, Tawanchai is a good one to pick, I suppose, as one of the biggest names there. And there's history, right? I feel like that's a really great selling point, is the fact that people are going to see it's a trilogy fight and they'll want to find out more. And there's a bit more that you can dive into with that one, the history between them and the two previous fights. So, and both good fights at the end of the day, both should be entertaining at the very least, which is, you know, kind of the first point that you want to touch on.
Yeah, give us your reaction, guys, in the chat. CFR Network says, fun match, but easy work for the champ. First round, maybe. I presume he means Malakin there. And Louis wants Christian Lee to return for the Atlanta card. What happened to him? Well, I think there'll be some news. You'll hear some news very soon, people. I cannot say it, of course. I don't get the scoops like Damon at the moment, but I do know things. I do hear things, and some news will break soon. I cannot say much more, but yeah, things will start moving for Christian and his divisions very soon. I'll try and stay cryptic. I'll get in trouble, Carl. You know me and my big mouth. Imagine if it was another very close fight, says Fizz, in favor of Tawanchai. Yes. If Smoking Joe loses this one, Kyle, that's 3 in a row he's lost to Tawanchai. These trilogies where someone loses all 3 are just not really remembered as fondly, are they? As if someone gets 2, someone else gets 1, those kind of things. Do you think this could be one of those great trilogies, but perhaps it doesn't go down in history? Because if Tawanchai wins again, it's 3-0. Let's move on. But if Joe wins, maybe we might see 4 of these fights, 5. Who knows?
Yeah, and the problem is based on the other two, I can't really see this one being a whole lot wider. You might get a slightly more convincing winner just because the other two have been so close, but I don't see it being, you know, if anything, I thought that maybe the last one we got a 167, that would have been the one where maybe Tawanchai, you know, really puts a statement and proves, you know, himself, because he's been so much better in Muay Thai than he has in kickboxing. I thought that might be the one maybe where he pulls ahead. But after seeing how competitive that one was, I don't see a way that this one isn't another super competitive, people debating rounds fight. So it's a weird one because, yeah, like you said, it might end up being a trilogy of 3 close fights that people will look back on paper and go, yeah, well, you know, was it Tawanchai won all 3? In reality, you know, people have been pretty vocal about the fact that Joe maybe should have or could have won both. So it is a little bit like it might be one of those trilogies that the overall results end up defining it more than the actual fights, which obviously isn't fair to Joe Natwood because he has been excellent in these 3 fights. But I think there's a real possibility of that happening again, to be honest.
Yeah, hometown boy, or he lives there and trains there. It's going to be a special occasion for him. I was surprised because, yeah, it sounded like Tawanchai had a busted orbital. You know, we were talking about that on Monday, and usually that's about 6 months recovery. So I guess he didn't have a broken orbital, which is good news. Yeah, but he went to the hospital after that fight last weekend, and that was 2 weeks ago, losing track of time now. And then he told Frank told us on the show, yeah, that he was saying to Frank, I can't see Frank, can't see, when they were doing their in-ring interview. So sounds good. Sounds like the eye is fine, better than expected. I'm very happy to hear that. Anatoly versus Ben is the stuff, says Vegan. I think he means Ben Tainan. Well, yeah, I think Ben Tainan is obviously in the mix. Doesn't take a lot to get a title shot in some of these MMA divisions in one. They're not very stacked. Oh, some of them are, but some of them are very thin. Heavyweight is kind of in the middle, not the thinnest division, not the most stacked. I think Ben will be one of Anatoly's next challengers, but there's a couple other guys as well. I mean, there's Amir Ali Akbari. I thought he would get the shot. Kyle, are you surprised it is Rug? I know. I think it should have been Rug because he beat Buchecha, who for me was the outstanding candidate before they fought, and I think we've seen what Anatoly did to Amir Ali Akbari before, so it's a fresh matchup. I'm cool with that. Do you think Rug deserved it?
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe there was a possibility. I don't know whatever happened to the fight between Ben and Sorelli when that got booked for 1167.
Sorelli got an injury in training, I think, and then it got scrapped.
I think there's a possibility maybe where if Ben had won that one and maybe you have Malakin ringside and he cuts another promo on Malakin, then maybe that is suddenly makes more sense, if he has that much momentum behind him and it's just happened. But I think because that fight didn't happen, I don't feel like there's any debate. It has to be Rug because of the Buchecha win. But I also think his name value, like I remember hearing about him, he is one of those people that tends to cross over to a more wider audience because I just remember the viral clips of him being shared by, it wasn't just exclusively places that cover One Championship, it was US media sites and all that stuff. So I feel like that of all the heavyweight matchups is maybe the one that is going to pique a lot of US fans' interest, whilst I really do like Ben, and I'm sure he would do an incredible job of selling that fight. This one does make the most sense at this point.
Yeah, I think so. I think like you're right. Rug is gonna connect with the audience as well, and he's been learning his English. Last time he fought, he's been training in New York for a while, and he seemed to really have improved the English from when the first time I interviewed him on Zoom when he fought Alain Nalani, Hong Kong's pride and glory. It was funny. He couldn't speak a word of English, so I feel he's probably worked on it even more. I think he could really connect with the audience there. I hope they get him out doing some media work before the fight. I'm very happy with it. Well, and no other details. I think I'm just looking in this article. Bit of background there. Yeah, that's it. Tickets go on sale. How about this? That's some news. On Friday, July 12th, via Ticketmaster with pre-sale tickets starting on July 5. Oh, wow. There have been some people asking me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff when the pre-sales are going to start. So there you go, guys. July 5th. Get your tickets early. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, what do you think, Carl? They sell out. They're selling out. They sold out Impact Arena. Seems like Denver is going well. The ticket sales per my interview with Chatri, and I don't know. Atlanta is a new market for them. I've never I don't know. Is Atlanta a big fight town? I have no idea. How do you think they're going to do?
I feel like they're definitely going to benefit from having Denver coming up first, because it definitely felt like last year when they just had the one show in May that it generated quite a lot of talk. And I think that there was a lot of people that were kind of new to One Championship that were like, oh, this is a really interesting product. But as is the case for, I'm sure, a lot of people with a lot of different promotions, this is just, it kind of doesn't matter to some degree how good the events are. The time difference is a real thing for a lot of people. And I think that having, obviously they have made the effort to put on shows at US time, but I think just it happening in the US and the fact they'll have the momentum to build off of from Denver, which, like you said, seems to be doing pretty well. I think that'll help a lot. And I do think that just from a standard kind of, from a very casual MMA fan base outlook, heavyweight title fight, both guys are kind of, I mean, they're interesting characters, to say the least. So I think it'll do pretty well. I'm not sure what the size of the arena is like compared to the Denver one, because the Denver one is significantly bigger than the one they did last year, right?
State Farm Arena is 16,000 capacity plus. I imagine one will take up a lot of that with the stage, so we knock out a couple thousand seats at least. But it's bigger than the Ball Arena. I think the Ball Arena is 12,000. So yeah, it's a gamble. We'll see if they can fill it. Will Edgar Tabares be fighting at Atlanta? Who knows? Rodtang rematch. I want to see it. Kyle wants to see it. Everyone wants to see it. Any news of the Grand Prix? Tristan, what's up? Here he is. Is that Tristan Sityodtong Pinon? I can't remember if that's his handle. I have not got any news of the Grand Prix. No, it sounds like Chingiz Alazov is uncertain at the moment. That seems to be delaying it. Michael Owens, also, in my honest opinion, Tawanchai won both fights. The first one was very clear, but both were competitive. Yeah, I don't have any problem with Tawanchai being the winner of either fight. I think the first fight was clear. Yeah. Second fight was I could have gone either way. I think the draw from Shane Byrne was. I've said this before. The draw was a fair result, and if you have it 3-2 either way, I don't argue with that. Combat Sports Today saying great interview with Andrew from Rising podcast, Kyle.
Thank you very much.
I don't know. Is this something you did? Okay, I have to check it out.
Yeah, I put up a video on my channel today with the host of the We Are Rising podcast.
Okay.
Kai Asakura.
I think I saw something on your social about Kai. Yeah, so Kai Asakura's signed with UFC, correct?
Yeah, he announced it during the show they had a couple of weeks ago. So yeah,
big name. All right. Malakin will get the W. Says everyone go check that out. By the way, on Kyle's YouTube channel. What's the channel, Kyle?
It's just Kyle Diamond MMA.
Okay, go like and subscribe, people. Malakin will get the W. Says Grant. He's got a better gas tank and he's way quicker. Yeah, I think it's going to be a easy win for Malakin. But I love Rug. Yes, CUNT. It's my buddy Tristan Sityodtong. Jump on the show if you want, mate. You got to log in, I think. Come chat some shit. Oh God, I can barely speak. So 2 people will be even more helpful. Michael says, "Don't ignore my very legit Tabares." I just said it. I just did it. All right, we got Adriano coming in about 10 minutes. So why don't we talk a little bit about these Chatri revenues, or we could save that for the end of the show. I don't know. What do you think, Carl? The only other thing I want to talk about was Balart and Jared Brooks being. Maybe we'll talk about that in a bit, but yeah, quickly jump onto Chatri. So let me bring up the tweet I did. Chatri put this on Facebook and I tweeted it out. It caused a bit of a splash. Yeah, 137,000 views, 72 retweets. Caused some debate. There was a mixture of people dunking on one as they always like to do, and then there were some people who seemed happy. Where do you stand, Carl? I'll put you on the spot. Chatri saying breaking news: one will turn profitable, cash flow positive this coming quarter or next through a combo of revenue growth and cost optimization. Revenues will approach 200 million on a run rate basis. I don't know what run rate basis means, but registering approximately 50% growth compared to 2023. Yeah, after 12 plus years of investing in our global brand, building a worldwide platform, all this stuff here. My team and I are thrilled. One are entering a new phase of profitable growth. One is the home of martial arts. Right. Yeah. What do you think of this car when you saw it?
It's it's hard to take things completely at face value when it's the person saying it about their own promotion, right? That just goes across the board. Like if someone is saying it from the position, of they are inside that thing. If it was coming from somebody else, then I would be I would look into it a lot more. When it comes to things like this, I'm like, what if that's true? Fantastic, because I'm a fan of the events, and if everything that he said with the not only the profitability but also the growth from this year compared to last year, which I think this year has definitely had. If we were to look through this year so far and compare it to last year, there's definitely been some things that I wanted one to do this year that they have done. And I think, there's still some things that I would like them to do still throughout the rest of the year. But if that's true, then fantastic. I'm super happy for them. Like, I don't want it to be negative news. I just don't know. It's like everything on this sounds very impressive, but I have no way personally to check that for myself to be able to validate it. But I hope it's true. Like that, it sounds fantastic.
Well, we got Adriano here. He's a bit early, so we'll come back to the Chatri news. But Adriano, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, what's up, guys?
I don't know if you've met Kyle. He's my colleague. But yes, this is Adriano Moraes. Obviously, you know him, the former flyweight MMA champion of one championship. What's going on, Adriano? How did you feel when you saw this news about one making record revenues? I'm sure you saw it on your social media.
Yes, I saw, man. I'm pretty happy that one championship like achieved this big accomplishment. I'm happy, man. I hope one championship doing great.
Well, how are you doing? Are you doing great? Because it's been a while since we saw you in that cage, in that ring. Denver last year in May. It's been over a year. I
Yeah.
know you're frustrated. We saw you kind of got a bit frustrated on Twitter. Are you still feeling a little bit upset that you haven't had a fight for over a year now?
Um, like I don't have nothing to complain, but like 1 year, like inactivity, like is a little bit frustration for sure. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy. I'm just grateful to do what I like to do, and I'm waiting for a fight. I resigned with one championship last year, so they sent me like a really cool email for me to resign. So resigning, and I thought I would be like more busy because I'm not the champion anymore, so I could get more fights, right? But it's not happening right now. But I'm still training, doing what I have to do, and keep in shape. Probably I gonna get a fight soon.
Yeah, well, we have two shows in America coming up, Denver and Atlanta. Do you feel like one of those might be best for you? Denver seems to be filling up fast, but Atlanta is not, as far as I know. Would Atlanta be the perfect place for you to come back?
Yes, for sure. I'm excited for these US cards. I hope I can get in. Uh, I hope one championship put me in some spot. Atlanta or Denver would be really great. Maybe I can come back to Denver and get a win this time. I'm excited.
What's going on with your division? Because the champ is nowhere to be seen either. He hasn't fought since he fought you in Denver. Doesn't look like DJ is coming back anytime soon. Would you like to see an interim title, Adriano?
Yes, for sure. The division need going on. You know, you have it to. When I was the champion, I always defended my belt. I always accepted the next challengers. You know, I never hold the belt for a long time. So I think one championship must do it. The interim belt.
All right, let's say you're going to be one of the two men in the ring for the interim belt. Who's the other
Yeah,
guy
why
then?
not?
Who do
Why
you think?
not? Why not? I think me and Reese McLaren we supposed to fight like years ago, but unfortunately I got injured, so this fight didn't happen to. But I'm down to fight him. He come with a really good win against the Chinese guy. I think he's the man for me to fight. Um I can fight you out Wakamatsu too. You know, I can give him his rematch. I don't know where is Kairat Kimetov. He just pulled out from the ranking. I don't know why. Where is him? But looking forward to another trilogy also against him. And I'm down. You know, I'm down to fight. I was thinking for the new Grand Prix to crown the new king of the division if DJ really retired. You know what I'm saying? Two fights in one night. Why not? You know, and they decided who's gonna be the best, who's gonna be the champion.
I like that idea. Grand Prix for the belt. I'm going to throw it to Kyle in a minute. I'm just going to bring up the rankings though. So, what are you thinking of a four-man Grand Prix or eight-man? If it's four, you, Yuya, Reese, and Danny, perhaps.
Yeah, why not?
Who who would you think if you're going to get into the final? Who do you expect to be opposite you?
Yeah, can put me and Reese in different like keys, you know,
Yeah,
different sides, and I think uh, I could go to the final against him. You know.
I like the sound of that. I want to see that fight. I know Reese wants it too. All right, Kyle, what have you got for Adriano?
I suppose it's been a bit of a weird time for the whole division, not just yourself. Like, is there other people in the flyweight division that you know of who you feel bad for because they're not getting fights as well? It kind of feels like with Demetrius not being active, the whole
Yes,
division is a
it's
little bit.
funny. Yeah, it's funny because I think in the MMA flyweight division this year we just had like two, three fights. You know, like I think in the MMA division. You know, like and that's crazy. I think the guys must be more active. You know.
Yeah. What do you make of kind of the state of the division with in terms of where Demetrius is at, right? Because like Nick said, it doesn't really seem like he's coming back anytime soon. He's very focused on grappling, which I'm sure you've seen through the clips he's been posting on social media. It just feels a little bit vague as to what the future of the belt is right now.
Yeah, he focused on his jiu-jitsu career right now, I think. You know, I think I saw some interviews from him that he focused to be master IBJJF world champion. You know, I think he's focused on that. And and I don't think he's gonna come back, fight soon MMA. Maybe he's gonna retire, I don't know. It's up to him, you know, but we have to work, you have to fight, you know, have to put the division hold on again, you know. This division is always was one of the best in the world. You know, you cannot just hold the division, throw to the corner, just waiting for him. You know, I think you have to put the athletes to active to fight, maybe interim belt or not, but you know, we have it. One of the greatest flyweight MMA guys inside this division. You know, and yeah, it is what it is.
I think the big positive is you said yourself that there are still a bunch of fights out there for you, despite the whole, confusing thing at the moment with DJ and what he's going to do. You named it yourself, just looking through the rankings. You can literally just look and go, oh, well, Adriano could fight this guy, he could fight this guy, he could fight this guy. So there is still a ton of options for you. It isn't like, oh, well, because we don't know what's happening with DJ, we don't know what's next for Adriano either, right? Like, it seems like you're pretty happy to fight any of these guys in the top 5 rankings, even guys that you fought before, 2 or 3 times.
Yes, for sure. I'm open up. I'm open up to fight. I'm feel great. I'm feel great. I just become a father. My baby girl just born, so I just renew my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I just wanna like make sure I'm doing the correct thing right now. I think I'm still active. I'm still a fighter. I'm still have this kind of feeling inside of me, this fire. I love go to train every single day. I'm here in American Top Team, helping out the best flyweights in the world like Pantoja and Kyoji Horiguchi. I have been in their camps for a long time. Like their last like 3 or 2 fights. So I've been in shape to fight. You know what I'm saying? And and I asked to Chatri to put me to fight Reese. He told me that it would be a good fight, but then I saw Reese fight against the Chinese guy. So right now I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe Atlanta or Bangkok, whatever. You know, I'm just waiting in the wait list and get ready for the fight.
We're gonna pass it back to Nick in a sec, but before the final thing that I want to mention, talk to me about the setup. What's going on with the green screen? I like the little backdrop that you've got
I thought
going
that
on.
was his house.
You like my house?
Is this your mansion? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are you playing the piano?
A little bit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like to mix it, some music like on the DJ stuff, but no piano. I don't have this kind of talent.
Oh, really? I
But
see.
I love to hear. I love to hear the sound. It's beautiful.
Well, congratulations as well on the baby, Adriano. I didn't realize. That's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
How
Yes,
old?
I'm a big dad right now. Oh, two
Oh, yeah.
weeks. A baby born,
Wow.
just newborn. Like
I guess that's keeping you occupied then.
yeah, a lot, a lot.
Well, you mentioned as well, yeah, Horiguchi and Pantoja. Is it hard to watch them go and do what they're doing, and you have to you can help them, but you can't go and be Adriano Moraes that we all want to see. You have to still sit on the sidelines. It must be really frustrating, right, when you see your teammates going out there doing amazing things.
Um, it's not kind of frustrated to see them succeed because man, I love it see my friends succeed like them. Because they are real fighters. They are real example. You know, of like a real athlete. And to be around them is amazing. I was in the new year. I was in Japan with Kyoji Horiguchi and saw he for the first time. We trained together for a long time, but was the first time our schedule uh, was open up and able me to go to Japan and saw him to fight live was amazing. Then he captured his flyweight title, rising flyweight title, and I was there in the new year. It was pretty amazing. Pantoja will have trained together for like 5 years since he moved to Florida and started to train with us here in American Top Team, and see where he now is, man. It's amazing because he's from Brazil, like he like was built up to be the champion, and that was amazing to see really closely he succeed. And I think every fighter has the time. I had my time that they helped me a lot to achieve my goals inside the one championship. They helped me a lot to fight against DJ and stuff. And now it's my time to help them. I'm not frustrated like that, but uh, a year without fighting, feeling great, asking for a fight, and don't have the answer for sure. This is frustration. This is frustrated. But be the side of this kind of athletes que hoje in Pantoja is just a pleasure. It's not kind of frustrating, but it's just a pleasure to see them succeed and see how high level I am, to train with them and feel great.
Well, I'm sure they're very grateful to you, Adriano. But something going on with his headphones. There he is.
Sorry.
Back. Oh, good. I'm sure they're very grateful to you. But yeah, it is your time now. You must be a bit sick of seeing all the Muay Thai guys getting all the spotlight. Do you think it's time for MMA to come back into one championship, big time?
Yeah. Yes, I wish. I wish the one championship come back with just with MMA fight cards like he used to have before. You know, was pretty amazing if you compare the cards like in 2018, 2019 for now. We used to have like the best MMA fights ever. I'm not complaining about Muay Thai and kickbox matches because I love to watch you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think MMA is the most complete sport ever. I think you can take your jiu-jitsu, your Muay Thai, your karate, your judo, and put inside the circle, and let's see who is the best without too much rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, so and for sure, I wish one championship come back with just MMA card. MMA fight card.
I'd love to see it. Well, Adriano, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. I could just hear your baby crying there, so I don't want to keep that too long.
It's time to work.
Yeah. I'm sure. I think you're a football guy, aren't you? Copa America is kicking off soon. Are Brazil going to be winning this thing?
Yeah, I don't think so, man. The team is a little bit like weird this time, but I believe they're gonna concentrate, like fix everything up, and let's see, man. I believe in the guys.
All
I'm
right.
cheers for
What
Brazil.
What about England? Me and Kyle are both English. You think we can win the Euros?
um, I was watching the games, man. The Spain come with a really great team. But England's have a great team too. But I think Spain gonna be the champion. I'm sorry.
Yes, Spain look very good. Spain look great. Yeah, it's fair enough. We never win anyway. It's okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Adriana. Appreciate your
Uh,
time, man. I'm hopefully going to see you again soon at a show. Yeah.
for
Keep
sure.
going, brother. Yeah. I know it's been tough, but you'll get there in the end. I think Adriano Moraes against Reese McLaren. You need to book it one championship. Fans want to see it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Adriano. Yeah. Any final words?
Oh no, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for to having me today. Thank you very much, and I hope come back soon for the one circle and to give the greatest performance ever. Thank you very much.
Yes. Take care, champ. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
Stay blessed.
You too, sir. All right, that was Adriano Moraes, former one championship flyweight MMA champion. I feel so bad for him, Kyle.
Yeah.
13 months now. We're in June. He just had a baby. He's got to take care of the baby. Needs some money. Needs to fight. Doesn't look like anything's happening soon. Oh, here comes the big man,
Oh,
the boss man.
how are
Where you
you?
been? Oh, okay.
The gym.
Yeah,
Got
you
my
chilling?
fat ass in the shape after vacation.
Oh, I missed you on Monday.
Fucking lost about 5 kilos before the vacation. Gained about 10 back.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. I'm
Yeah,
down
recent.
8 kilos. No, 7 kilos.
Oh, yeah, you're looking
Yeah.
looking sexy, Nick.
A little bit. Yeah. What about you, Kyle? Any weight loss?
I'm like trying to track it more regularly. I'm really bad. I'm one of those people that checks it like once a month, and so
Okay.
there's never any correlation. So I'm trying to get better at it.
I feel like you don't need to. You look pretty in shape. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tristan and I need to. All right.
I need to, man.
Well, before Adriano came on, we were just talking about the Chatri stuff. Tristan, I don't know if you saw this. What your reaction is to it?
Oh, I read it
One-
this morning.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool seeing one turn a profit. You know, after hearing the news we heard this beginning of the year. You know, them not making profit, blah 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 blah, this all that. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, I'm
And
happy.
it just shows that, you know, Chatri is fighting tooth and nail to keep this promotion alive.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were writing one's obituary earlier this year or late last year, and
Yeah.
saying it wouldn't be still in operation by this time. So that's good news. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying, "Oh, this or that." It's yeah. If you look at all my
Sorry, I'll be back.
look at the replies to the story, to the post I did, a lot of people dunking on it. You know, you can go check it out. But yeah, it's balanced. A lot of people are happy with it. Some people say it's BS. So I understand why. Yeah, we haven't seen documents, you know, showing revenues. We haven't seen this or that like we used to see when one were in Singapore. Kyle, do you think some people will never be satisfied until they can see cold hard data? Would one benefit being more transparent, saying here is our balance sheets? You know, this is proof. Is that even possible? I don't know. But what do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, as I said when we first spoke about this before chatting to Adriano, I think people are always going to take things with a pinch of salt when the statement is coming from, you know, the person at the top of the company. So if it had come from, you know, like a third party source or something like that, I guarantee that the reaction in general would have been like, oh wow, after hearing what we heard at the start of the year to this, that's incredible. It would have been pretty celebratory, I imagine. It's the fact that it's coming from Chatri, right?
Yeah, if it comes from like Forbes, right, which they quoted in the thing, let's say, like if it comes out from Forbes, it look amazing, right? But this is from Chatri. But it just shows that, you know, Chatri is trying to do the best business and trying to make revenue.
Yeah. Well, $200 million revenue, and it was Forbes who reported last year was 140 million. So that is a lot of, I think, about 50% growth or nearly. I'm trying to. There are some things I can't say I know as well, but it feels like some things are happening now, and I wouldn't be surprised, yes, if some more investing money comes in. I know people are talking about one running out of runway. They were saying, and a lot of people are wondering if Qatar will do another round of investment. Tristan, do you think that is likely to happen? I don't know. It seems to be touch and go.
Okay.
But
Okay. After the show in Qatar, maybe if we get one more shot, put on a better show than what we did last time. You know, put some more Muay Thai, bring some of the actual Thai stars over, and like, you know, make it another banger. Maybe and get the Qataris to invest. I think. Or we
that's
can
true.
do Japan, right? Because they're going to do Rotang Chakra eventually. Right?
Yeah, I think Japan is. They did make money with that Japan show. They are
Yeah.
going back. It looks like it does seem that
They got a
Japan's
new
becoming
sponsor.
a
They got a new
market.
sponsor after January as well from Japan. Right?
Yeah,
Next.
they signed a new
Yeah.
broadcast deal with you next.
Yeah. So
And
why
the key
not?
to
Why
this,
not? Why not hit the iron when it's hot or something? I don't know how you said it in English, but yeah. Just hit it while it's hot, and you know, bring it back to Japan. Rotang
I think
Chakra.
that's the plan. Yeah. Although who knows? Because 170 in Atlanta is now, we feel, been officially named 169. So Who knows what's happening with Tokyo?
The poster for that is out as well, so it's not like
really?
if they were going to change it, they'd have to change the graphics and stuff. So
they've already jumped the gun on it. Okay, there it is.
Oh.
Oh,
the one chai co-main.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe they
Let
do
me
a
show
fight
it
night
on
in
screen.
Japan.
Well, the plan I thought was 169 was going to be Tokyo, 170 was Atlanta. That's what they originally called it. They've changed the name now to 169.
Maybe a fight night card in Japan. Don't know.
I just wouldn't. I mean, it's a big stadium show. I feel Fight Night has just sort of become Lumpini, hasn't it?
Lumpini on Saturday mornings.
Yeah. So who knows? We'll see what happens. I've heard, things are kind of not.
I like to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, you gonna be there?
I need to take John with me.
Any of your boys gonna be on the card?
Oh, I'll tell you later. I know some shit I can't say.
That's good. Okay. Well, yeah, record revenues. I can say there are some things I can't say that I know.
One Chai needs a new opponent. Yeah, bring his ass over to kickboxing with City Chai. Let's do it.
Let's do that. Live event media rights and sponsorship deals have led to 50% plus revenue growth in 2023 versus 2022. This is what I can say. One is generating revenues at a record high. That's what they tell me. That will surpass its losses. Something critics have spotlighted throughout the company's history. Yeah. So I don't know at what point do people kind of start believing what one say? That's the problem. I think they have a lot of instances in the past where people will point to and say, "Oh, you were lying about this, you were lying about that." So I feel like people, Kyle, I feel like they have a problem taking one seriously sometimes, right?
Yeah, especially because, like, if we had that stuff that came out earlier this year, if that came out like last year, like last January, so it's been nearly a year and a half, 2 years, people would be, I think, a little bit more like, maybe we don't need to take this with as much pinch of salt. It's the fact that it's like, it seemed a lot of people were saying it was doom and gloom just at the start of the year to this, that it feels like, yeah, like you said, a lot of people are going to look at it through potentially tainted viewpoints.
Smoke and mirrors, my friend. Smoke and mirrors.
I just feel sometimes one can do everything right, but then people will still give them shit for it and say, "Oh, you're lying, this and that," just because they did a lot of bad stuff. They did a lot of stuff wrong in the past, so they are still. I think they're paying for a reputation which they perhaps no longer deserve to be tied down with. A lot of the time, but that's on them. They got to keep convincing people that they are moving in a different direction than the past. So we'll see. I think what I can say is it's going to be an interesting few weeks. Keep your eyes peeled over the next month. I think there's going to be some big movement. I can't really talk much about it. Tristan will know. But my voice is down.
There's some shit going on, boys. Just wait.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, there are skeptics, and Egokind is one of them. He points out Chatri never lied about anything. He's a very honest man. There are some people, guys, who will never believe Chatri as well, Kyle, right? Do you think Chatri's reputation will kind of stop people fully accepting what he says? Is that a deserved thing? Or should they cut him some slack? I'm sorry, I'm putting you right on the fence here, Kyle.
That's okay. I feel like there's a thing where, because a lot of people seeing this stuff, say they don't follow, a lot of them won't follow one championship super closely. So like you said, when there are moments where one do really great things and stuff like that, some of those things aren't going to get, put out to a super wide audience. It is the controversial stuff and the negative stuff that is gonna get more widespread coverage. So I feel like I don't know if you can ever completely repair that for the kind of general MMA or just combat sports fan. I feel like those people are always gonna think, oh, one championship have said this. I don't know if I can believe it. Because they're not gonna, look too deep into necessarily what is actually being said or what's been said as of late. So I don't know if you can ever shake that really, in terms of people who don't follow it super closely, at least.
What about this comment from Louis, or question, should I say? Why does one insist on hosting its fight nights at Lumpini when they could go to other countries, neighboring regions of Singapore, where they can actually earn from ticket sales?
No,
Well,
thanks.
Louis, it costs a lot less to run Lumpini because they basically get it for free.
Yep.
And then it's a smaller arena, it's easier to fill. When they go to Singapore, it's tough to fill that arena. It's 12,000, especially in the morning. It's really tough to fill that. Not
10%
sure.
tax.
There's tax as well.
Yeah. Fuck.
You okay there?
Just a tax, man.
What's going on? All right. Yeah, so it's
Just a tax, sorry. And the shit typhoid.
Yeah, it's difficult for. I would prefer to not go to Lumpini every month as much as I like it, because they're there every week. I think it should be special, these monthly shows, but it is what it is. For now, it looks like they're staying at Lumpini for fight nights, and they're going to be doing the big stadium shows and numbered shows elsewhere. I don't mind that. If you had sort of 12 big stadium shows a year, then I'm fine with having 12 fight nights a year at Lumpini, but I can't see that.
It kind of brings the prestige back to the Lumpini Stadium as well, in my opinion.
That's true.
Doing these big shows, bringing in all these foreigners, these big fights is, these superstars fighting in the house of Lumpini again, which is cool. Which is cool to see.
That is
I just
cool
want
to
to
see.
know. I just want to know what they want to do with the Lumpini Stadium title, because arguably that's the most prestigious title in Muay Thai in the past. But now I think it's righted up now.
Yes, who knows what will happen with that. Anonymous says it's easy to turn a profit when you book 90% Muay Thai fights and the purse of a Muay Thai fighter is 80% less than the Western MMA athlete. Yes, it's probably no secret guys like Adriano are on something like 50K, and the Muay Thai purse is going to be like 12K or something like that. So yes, it is. It is. And Chatri did allude to that, I think, in his post in a roundabout way, saying we're going to turn profitable and cash flow positive. Sorry, which bit? It's something about cutting cost optimization. That was the phrase he used. Yes, through a combination of revenue growth and cost optimization. So it is no secret one has cut costs, and Lumpini is a huge part of that. But what should they do? Should they just sit there losing money like they were doing for 10 years or whatever it was? Is this not a smarter business model, Kyle, do you think? Can you understand it?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I feel like whilst you get people that are like, where is this person and stuff, as I said, there aren't going to be, not everyone is going to follow every event anyway and be like, oh, where's this guy? I haven't seen him fight in a year, because they just tune in every now and then. And I think that going the way they have with focusing on Muay Thai more, it's definitely helped that side of things. Like it's not only makes them unique because people know the name already, but they go, oh, maybe I should check some of this out instead of my usual MMA stuff. Like it definitely gives them an identity, and like you said, it makes it a lot more cost effective for them, which we've been critical of a little bit at points, but at the same time it's clearly working for them, and hopefully this leads to them being able to integrate more shows elsewhere and having some of those MMA guys more active and stuff like that. So maybe it's a sacrifice to make for the short term to benefit the long term.
Anonymous says, I wish they would do Impact Arena monthly if they insist on Thailand, much better atmosphere. It was a great atmosphere. I just not sure they can fill that stadium every month, right, Tristan?
Maybe every third month or second month. Like do it like how they do with the big events in One Lumpini. Quarterly. Sorry, I'm chewing.
It's all right. Yeah, the problem, I think, is you need Damp, or you need Rodtang, or you need Tawachai.
Yeah, you need big stars to fill it out, you know? Just do it
and
quarterly
they can't fight every 3 months there, right? They're gonna get injuries, they're gonna get this or that. Life, yes. So I think unless they develop more stars. Yeah, it's going to be limited for them, and then they need these guys and girls for America as well. They need Rodtang and Damp for
Japan.
And Japan. They need Takeru's. Probably Takeru's not going to really move tickets, I think, anywhere other than Japan. If I'm brutally honest. And then, but who are the other stars? Yeah, that's it. Like, could you go to the UK and sell tickets with Haggerty? I think you could.
Europe. Let's go to Europe. Sityodtong, Petrosian, all-time classic.
I'd like
They've
that.
never fought each other. And the Europeans know their shit, man. Yeah.
They do, but yeah, can we do 12
before it's too late, though?
Yeah. Chester says, if they're actually turning a profit, we should see some fighters that have been sitting around actually fighting. Then I'll actually believe it.
Yeah.
A smart business model, says Anonymous, but sucks for the fighters who aren't permanent residents of Thailand that sit around fighting maybe once a year if they're lucky.
Oh.
Amor says it doesn't bode well for the featherweight Grand Prix that Tawanchai and Joe booked in November. No, it does not. No.
Hey, 2 less problems for me.
I'm not sure this Grand Prix is going to happen anytime soon, guys. Doesn't sound like Chingizalazov is coming back.
So what if it doesn't come back? The world has to move on, man. Yeah.
Okay.
I would do Sityodtong, Marat, Superbon, Putasa, Nori.
Yeah, there's enough people they could do, but I think if Tawanchai and Joe are not in it, it's going to be weird.
Eddie Abasolo. They'll probably find some Dutch guy. Oh, my brain. Cow, last guy. Fuck it, like K1.
Why not? Guillotine, what's up? Oh, I need to message you back. You messaged me the other day. Sorry.
Can we do a card in Canada with Dennis Purik and then Ben Tynan and some US fighters? Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd like that. I think Dennis would love that too. And some of the fans in the chat here too would like that, such as Chester. Featherweight Grand Prix definitely not happening, says Anonymous. All the other promotions have hyped up Grand Prix scheduled, and I don't think one has the roster to compete. Yeah, I wouldn't put my money on it happening.
We'll see.
But anyway, all right. I was just going to do an hour this time, so we're just pretty much there. But I wanted to talk about this fight as well quickly. Jared Brooks against Gustavo Balart. So I presume they've put it on the website already. There it is, yeah. Big day of fight news for one. Okay. Brooks versus Balart. We knew Kelly and Bastos already. Kyle, you surprised to see this fight? I think I told you it was happening anyway. I knew it was happening. I couldn't report it.
I think we basically spoke about it happening without saying it was happening. Like, I remember we went through who he could potentially fight, and I think when we interviewed him as well, he kind of said it. Or when you interviewed him, I don't even remember if I was there for that one, but he kind of said it without saying it. I think you could read between the lines and work out who it was. So I wasn't surprised to see it happen, but that's not a bad thing. I think it was the right matchup to make, which is what we said beforehand. So I'm happy for it.
Yeah, I think I'm glad they're giving Jared the chance for interim belt because Joshua Pasha's out for a long time with the ACL. I don't want to see this division held up like a lot of these other ones have been. I'm Christian's typing very loudly.
Sorry.
It's all right. What are you searching? You searching up Jared Brooks's record or something?
No. Confidential about
Confidential
one.
info. All right. Well, yeah, that's a good fight. Balart, I'm not against it. He's got a few wins now in the division, and it's a fresh matchup for Jared. He has beaten Bokang already. He's beaten Minowa. He's beaten Lito Adewang. Beaten Pasio. So, yeah, it's a good matchup. I'm fine with it. That is August card, one fight night 24. And then I think Kyle makes sense to do, presuming Jared wins, not to discredit Gustavo, but if Jared wins, you see the trilogy against Joshua?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was maybe the one aspect of this fight until you spoke to Jared and he said that, like he's going to have another fight coming soon. I was kind of skeptical about whether they were going to wait for Pasio to come back, just because that fight would do big numbers for them, especially if they did it in the Philippines. I felt like that was the way they were going to go. So I'm happy that Jared's getting to stay active, because it would have been tough anyway after how quick that fight ended for him to have to then wait to do the trilogy. And then once Pasio got injured, it was like, yeah, he needs to have a fight. He can't be waiting that long. He's ready to go. He fought for, I don't even remember how quick the rematch ended, but it was inside a minute. So yeah, I'm happy to see it. And 100%. I'm sure that Jared will be talking about Pasio plenty in the build up to this fight, regardless, without overlooking Gustavo, of course. So yeah, it'll be easy to do that fight straight after.
All right. Any questions, anyone in the chat? Now's your time. Are we going to get out
Muay
of
Thai
here soon?
questions, anything, bro? Come on, throw it.
Yeah. Tristan is here for your Muay Thai needs. It's a bit MMA heavy today, so if you want to do some Muay Thai chat. Louis saying, if Jared Brooks were to win the interim strawweight belt, do you think it's realistic for one to ask him to defend the belt at 169 against someone like Bokang? Yeah, Jared would do that in a heartbeat, Louis. I 100% think that's probably his plan and might be one's plan. So I could see that happening, yeah. I think it really makes sense to put Jared on a US card, don't you, Kyle? They seem hesitant, and I think Jared's frustrated he's not already been booked on Denver. So perhaps, yes, let's say he beats Balart. Would you see him defending that interim belt in November? Is it too quick?
It's about 2 months, right? Because 3. Sorry, what is it? November? It's like early November, right?
Early November, yes. 3 months, yeah.
Jared would do it on 2 weeks, I'm sure. So I don't have any doubts about his side of things. I suppose it's whether, if he beats Gustavo, whether one feel like it's worth waiting for Pasio at that point, depending on how long he's going to take. Because even though I would pick Brooks to beat anyone in the division before fighting Pasio for the third time, it's whether you risk, obviously, him losing that interim title and then not having the ability to do that trilogy fight when you want to do it. But I think, if Jared gets the option, he's going to do it, and he might be able to push for it, especially if he makes a lot of noise when he wins the interim title.
I think he will make noise.
Got a few questions, boys. How sick is your schedule? Fuck. Let's see if he makes weight first, bro. He's coming down from 154 to 147, and he fought in China last week, right? And he's fighting this Saturday. That's illegal if you go by the law, because it's 21 days non-compete by law. So, yeah. What's with the double standard out of US? Tristan, is Asa fighting soon, or at least talks of it? I don't know, man. American Ninja's got his arm healed up now, so he said he's ready to go. We were in talks about him flying over for a mini camp just in case anything happens. But no news yet so far. I hope he gets back in the ring soon. Maybe put your boy in on America. He'll bring in the crowd.
Asa Tempao.
Yeah, I said 10 pow.
Why not?
Get another bonus.
Oh. All right. Any other questions you want to answer? Otherwise, I'm gonna.
Well, that
My
only
voice is
applies.
dying.
See, that's bullshit. Because I had someone compete overseas, and I was gonna put him in the tournament, and they said, "Oh, you can't do it." So what's with the other cunt then? Sorry for the language.
Yeah.
So it's
Freaky.
not bull. It's not only applies to Thailand, bro. It's bullshit. Don't know what's up with the double standard, man.
Now the Atlanta card is confirmed to be 1169. Where does that leave the Tokyo card? I don't know. Yeah, that was we were talking about that already.
Thoughts on JoJo getting slightly humble? I know, man. He's still 17. You know, he's still developing. He needs to learn how to use. I think it's the first time fighting in a cage too, right? So he's gonna learn how to use the space. The Vietnamese guy probably fought a few more times in the cage already, so he knows how to use a ring, all this, all that. Yeah. But yeah, it was a okay performance from JoJo. He's got the world in his hands. He's only 17. He'll come back and come back better. I talked to his coach. My coach and me are pretty. His coach and me are good friends. So I'm happy. I'm happy to see him come back in a positive light when he returns. Thailand not enforcing its rules is the problem. Yeah, true. It's the fucking promotion that's not enforcing it.
Is Lin Shin still available? I don't know about Lin Shin. Yeah, she's been missing for a while. I think she last fought against Itsuki Hirata. Is that right? In Singapore a couple of years ago. I was surprised the correct decision was rendered. Thoughts on Joe? Okay. About Ghazali.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not saying.
What did I miss? Oh yeah, the one chai Joe. 1-2 to one chai, 3-4 Joe, 5 to one chai. Done. That's how I scored it.
Simple.
Slightly. Joe was slightly going back in the 5th round. The one chai was kicking, and Joe was like, he was taking it, and you can see he like, how do you say it in English? Like, he kind of shook or something. I don't know how you say it in English. He kind of flinched and like showed some reaction to the kick. So, and the one chai was going forward, he was going backwards. So, yeah. That's how I saw it. I gave it to the one chai. If you use the one championship rules, but if it was Muay Thai rules, a lot of people were saying like proper traditional Muay Thai. A lot of people said it was Joe.
All right. I'm gonna have to end it there, guys, because my voice is dying.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have one more, Tristan. Go on.
Oh fuck! There's no one else saying anything. I got one. Let's go, JDB.
Yeah. John DiBella next week against Prajan Chai. I'm sure we'll do a preview then. Next week, maybe on Monday.
Yeah, Monday will be fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll leave it there. Tristan and I will come back on Monday. I'll be here actually, Kyle. If you want to do a Wednesday show, I'm not flying out till the Friday, so we can
Really?
all come back. I got another job at the moment. Yeah, I'm in the office like 9 to 6 every day.
Let's go, Pretend Chai. Prediction on Anissa Maxine, Jackie Bhutan. Oh. I'd say I'd slightly give it to Maxine because it's in the kickboxing rule set. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. This one's hard.
Nothing.
No, you're not taking any sides.
I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay, guys.
Right, we gotta get out of here.
See you later. Have a good one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my voice is completely dead. I don't want to stop coughing all over you. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Tristan. Thanks to Adriano earlier. We'll be back, Monday. Hopefully my voice has improved by then.
Shit.
It's rough. It's rough. Yeah. The moneymaker
what I had
is
last
in
week.
danger. Yeah. I think everyone's getting this. Be careful, Carl. You might pick it up in the UK. All right.
I gave it through the voice call.
All right. Lots of love. We'll see you all soon. Thank you very much. I'm done.